is their agreement, their secret agreement behind the scenes. The tribe of Levi operate on the systems of levy and liens. They have to write the laws or it wouldn't be any laws on the books. This is going back to the Tudors of Europe, the royal family, right? Now you see where it say, where the feathers, it says Bey, governors of the land, enforces laws of Elohim, executive branch. When you look at the picture, you can clearly see that they are faced off with each other, face to face. So this putting it in the public domain that is the feathers versus the pheasants. If you look under it, you'll see a pine tree on the white background of a red flag. And then on the other side, you'll see the 5-point Moroccan flag. Then you will have the Washita flag in the middle. Remember, George Washington chopped down the cherry tree. Now, there is no cherry tree in the equation, but they say it's the flag. Pull George Washington up to see what the agreement was. All right, if we would agree to take the feathers and turbans off the Moor's head, this is the part where something missing, and remove the sandals from their feet. First of all, when they came over here, they didn't wear sandals. We, the ones with the feathers, wore the sandals, but there's no mention of the feathers here. When you go into it, it says, and we removed the sandals from their feet and enforced severe punishments, right? And to also swear a death oath between ourselves to religiously and faithfully not to allow anyone to teach the Moorish children. Now notice this is the catch term, because we're gonna all end up tracing ourselves back to Moors based on this agreement here. But can we get past that? It requires genetic memory. So teach the Moorish children who they really were or who their forefathers were. What did Noble Drew Ali say? You are what your forefathers were without a doubt or a contradiction. Here they telling us that they're not gonna let us know who we really are, nor gonna allow us to know who our forefathers were. And only allow the Moorish children to be taught that they were truly Negroes, Black people, colored folks, 200 years from today. So that's a definite time frame fixed to this agreement. 200 years from today, the Moorish people would not know their nationality nor the national name of their forefathers. Also, they would not know from which land or ancestors that they are descended from. When you read that, most people gonna overlook the part where it says, and they would not know from which land. I'm organic to this one, or ancestry. We organic to this land. We are organic people to this land, and that they are descended from. So they were saying that if they mix our kids up together and mistreat them for 200 years, we wouldn't be able to know us from them, right? So that's what that agreement is. Now, remember I told you they was cheat and they was using murder. Now remember, they already swore a blood oath. This is the oath of secrecy for the murder of kings, princes, and the people, and carrying out devilish and hellish designs for subverting the Protestant religion in England and Ireland. So when they made this blood oath, this is the oath to kill a group of people. And these people have natural kings and princes in their bloodline. And it also say, and their people. This is the oath to kill us. So whenever we start to stand out in society, that's how they know who we is, and that's when they murder us. They also go by our birth dates because they can track us by birth dates because they know the science of the times. Papist's most wicked and bloody oath of secrecy. That's talking about the church, the Catholic Church. When I was telling you, they put all this stuff in the public domain. Okay, now let's go see what Mr. Rockefeller got to say about the secret oath. And this is still a continuation of that agreement that George Washington talking about. Now, remember, these are just front people for the Black nobility of Europe that came over here. So it say, we will always hide the divine truth from them, that we are all one, that he must never know. They must never know the color is an illusion. They must always believe they are not equal. This is the white supremacy doctrine. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. What was their goal? To make us confused as to who we was in order to steal this land. So that was their goal. We will take over their lands, resources, and wealth to exercise control over them. We will trick them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom that they have. We will set up a money system that will shut them down forever, keeping them and their children in debt. This is their agreement. This is the people that is telling them, because they have to put it in the public domain. It say, we are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other great publications whose directors have attended our meetings and respected their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. That's so the press been privy to the construct that they was operating under false pretenses for 40 years. This is what he's telling us. It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subjected to the likes of publicity during those years. Secret squirrel shit. Now remember, all this is being done in secret, but they got to put it in the public domain for you to find it, because they got to tell you what they doing to you. So right now we going over what their plan was and where they told us what the plan was. And then we're going to show you when they lost and they gave it all back in the Indigenous Rights Act. He said, but the world is now more sophisticated and prepared to march towards a world government. The supranational sovereignty of an intellectual elite and world bankers is surely preferable to the national auto-determination practice in past centuries. Notice he used the word auto-determination. That's another way of saying autonomy, independence, sovereign capacity, right? So now we know that they're killing the kings and the princes, and now we know why they're killing them, for the land. And now they telling you that the media is being used as a tool to implement the work. Okay, so that's the Rockefellers. What do the Rothschild got to say about it? He said, I care not what puppets is placed upon the throne of England to rule the empire on which the sun never sets. That's what they call the English Empire, because they had conquered as far as they was aware of to the east and to the west. So they said the empire that the sun never sets on. So they had a dog in every fight. The man who controls Britain's money supply controls the British Empire, and I control the British money supply. Nathan Rothschild. It was another one, William Amhel Rothschild, is famous for saying, if I can control the money, I care not who make your laws. From this, they telling you bankers are the ones that's going to be buying their way into positions of power to subjugate the organic people to this land. We ain't never supposed to figure out that they look like us, but they not us. Let's go to the other Rothschild. I am Lord Jacob Rothschild. You do not know me, but I am the most powerful man in the world and head of the Rothschild banking clan. We own your Federal Reserve, private corporation over here. Your media, we just seen them taking control of the media. Government, the government is a corporation. political parties, which are also sub corporations, and your money, your fiat, because they controlling the true wealth. For over 200 years, we have funded both sides of every war. There go that 200 years again. This goes back to the morals and dogma of Albert Pike when he told you the whole fucking plan. He said, my family has a net worth of $500 trillion. Every dollar produced is an IOU to my family. They talking about the Fed and the interest rate on the dollar, which generates the national debt out of thin air. This is what he's talking about. We paying to rent the paper used as currency when we could be printing our own. The entire planet owes us a debt they can't pay back. That means it's an impossible debt. How do you resolve an impossible debt? You foreclose the account. You have to close the account to stop the debt. So I done already posted on my Facebook and Instagram where Donald Trump closed the Fed in 2018. Okay, so he say we own nearly every central bank in the world. So what do we have to do? Decentralize the bank. Before 9/11, 7 countries did not have a central bank under our rule. Now there are 3 left to invade: Iran, North Korea, and Cuba. Now get back to work, slave. They telling you